Hey, yes, the people, how's it going? Today's video, I'll be talking about how to deal with flu, colds, and even COVID to make sure you get a speedy recovery and make sure that your body is fully prepared. So, hope you guys enjoy and find it useful. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Alright, first I want to start with apology because I've missed my weekly uploads. That's purely because personal loss, and I've also actually had COVID, well, I still do. I'm recovering from it now. That's why I'm in a freaking bathrobe and my voice is still gone a bit, but I feel good enough to do the video. And whilst I still look like shit, my hair looks mad, but it is what it is. So let's get started. First, it's important to actually know the difference between the cold, a flu, and let's just say COVID. So cold it's less severe than the other two. You're less likely to get a fever. Headaches aren't too common. It's like mild fatigue. It's quite common to be sneezing, coughing, have a blocked or snotty nose, and there's some cough discomfort, but it can also not happen as well. We've got the next one up, which will go in like levels of severeness. We have flu, so that's quite sudden. So when you get hit with it, you get hit with it pretty quick. You're also very, very likely to have a high fever. It's part of what a flu is. In terms of also duration, so a cold tends to last around 7 days maximum. A flu can go up to even 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Other things are you may have a stuffy nose or cough and whatnot. It doesn't necessarily always happen, but then the chest pains can be quite severe and also a cough. Now, COVID is all the above or the earlier stuff I mentioned for a flu, but expect everything in more extreme. So the fever to be even more extreme, to go back and forth, so you've got sweats, headaches to be more extreme, the chest pains and the coughs to be way more extreme. So that's all it is with that. And then COVID, obviously, there is tough respiratory problems, and that's what makes it quite nasty. Alright, so what I want to talk about now is we're talking about how to deal with it, but let's talk about ways we can actually even prevent it. So the first thing you want to do is actually, of course, have a good basic hand hygiene and staying clear of those who are sick. So, washing your hands, making sure when you do touch your face and eyes it is washed. Also, one thing that we're quite guilty of is avoiding people that are sick. You might think, what the hell? But if it's like, your family member's sick, you don't need to visit them, or a friend who's sick, you don't really need to hang out with them for that day. Or it might be a girlfriend or boyfriend, you don't need to see. If you can afford to avoid it, if you can't, then hey, you got it. Other things that help kind of prevent it beforehand, or will help you prepare for it, is actually exercising and keeping good health. So good level of cardio, specifically, just because it helps your lungs improve its breathing for like COVID cases, and just having your body in a fit state where blood can be pumped around the body quicker, more efficiently. Other things are like eating well as well. Strengthen your immune system with loads of vitamins and minerals from eating good, wholesome food. And the other thing is resting and sleeping sufficiently and well. So you can do all those things, but essentially the cold and the flu is inevitable. It's going to happen. So the first thing the next thing I want to go through is what are the signs. It's very important you know the signs, just so that you can mentally prepare yourself and you don't do yourself any more harm. Personally for me, I know that I'm getting weak in the gym. That's one of the telltale signs. I'm like, okay, something's not right. I start sneezing a lot. So summer, I've got hay fever, so when I'm sneezing in the summer, but rarely have a flu in summer. But it's winter when there's no pollen about and I'm sneezing all of a sudden. Usually, it always happens that I end up having a flu, starting a few days later. Another thing is when I feel the chills. So, it could be a normal day. It could be a normal cold day as well, or at home, and I'm all of a sudden feeling quite cold and chilly, and that's a telltale sign that something's up, brother. And the last thing is I just feel exhausted all of a sudden. So that is definitely one of the signs that I see as something's not right, and it does happen. All of those things together, I'm definitely getting a flu. I should know. I call it before it even happens, just because I'm aware of my body. There are other things that people have seen as signs that they're going to be really sick or unwell. Is they feel stressed all of a sudden, or they have a loss of appetite. And the reason why I say this is because when you know these signs, it's important rather that you quickly act, you quickly get everything you need, you quickly take the time off or get ready to request the time off, and prepare to go through the madness. Alright, so now let's say you've actually got fucked with flu, cold, COVID. It's gonna happen, you can't stop it. That's how it works. I'm gonna give you a few tips, quite a few, so I'll try to keep them straight to the point. First thing is drink like you're trying to get a white girl wasted, but keep it Muslim girl halal. What do I mean by that is, if a white girl was offered booze for free at a party, she'll drink her life out to get wasted. But we keep it a Muslim girl halal, and what we mean by that is the most halal, and that is water. Straight up water. Boiled water, tap water, doesn't matter. Make sure you get that in. Of course, if you can't stand the lack of taste in water, get flavoured water. If that doesn't work, squash, ribena, whatever. And if that doesn't work, go to juices. Last but not least, fizzy drinks. But man, I guess at least you're trying to keep hydrated somehow, but drinking something's ideal. Second thing is, whilst you have your appetite, because when you get sick, you don't suddenly just lose your appetite. There's sometimes a small little window where you still can eat. And before that happens, where you lose your appetite, eat as much as you can. Look, you need loads of rest, and you're going to need loads of energy to fight, just for your body to fight. And energy comes from food, so before you lose that appetite, eat as much as you can. I mean, when I was young, I used to eat chicken and chips. Not a good move, because the last thing you want is flu and diarrhea. So try eat tasty, home-cooked, fresh, hot food. This one's sad, I have to say this, and it's obvious but people don't do it, is take time off work, man. Health over wealth, like honestly, it's fucked up, because, and I'm talking about like fuck banks, fuck law firms, fuck accounting firms. I'm talking about times where you were sick, you were still expected to go into work. Your manager had a flu, they will still turn up to work and lead the project. You'll be in the project room, you'll get sick from them, and you'll still have to turn up, and your whole team will be sick. But there was a project that needed to be delivered, a client wanted it ASAP, and they couldn't give a shit how sick you were. So, and if you took that time off, you look like a pussy, because your whole team is also sick, still turning up. And that's such a sad place to be in these corporate worlds. I think that's one of the blessings of COVID, to be honest. Yeah, I'm talking about a blessing, because now if you're sick, people don't want that COVID strain, right? So they're like, dude, take the time off, man, like fuck off home. The other tip is sleep fuckload. Like honestly, sleep more than you actually need to. Like don't sit there watching loads of TV and media. Just if you're knackered or think you need some sleep, just close your eyes and sleep. You can watch all that TV palaver crap when you're awake and you can't really sleep, and hell yeah, sit there and watch it. But man, just get actual, sleep, shut off from everything. Another thing is you're gonna get the chills. So when I used to get that, I would just quickly have a really hot bath, just because the heating in the house wouldn't do anything to me. The layers I had on, I just felt like I'm still chilly underneath. But a really hot bath, man, that does a trick. And then after that, you're gonna go into bed, you're gonna knock out, and you're gonna sweat out. Next day you're gonna be sweaty and whatnot. But man, it's worth it. Talking of sweat, during the fever you're gonna be sweating like crazy. I wear this like one bathrobe for that whole week and a bit or 2 weeks that I'm sick. Honestly, there's no point changing it out. Maybe I change it once. I'm not even gonna lie, but it's like my dirty like bathroom just be sick and stay in, because you just sweat out like crazy. I think also, whilst you're sick, it's important you're considerate of those around you. Like, let them know. Lock yourself away. So if you live in a flat share or a house share, man, make sure you're staying in the room. Like, you're not out in the living room, like chilling there, watching movies and like being sick. Stay in your room and have some respect. Also, be open to taking a helping hand. And also, when tables turn, give them everything, because like living away is quite tough, or if you live with friends and stuff, it's quite tough. So when they're sick, just help them out as much as you can, because hopefully when it turns around, and vice versa, you're sick, they'll help you, and when they've helped you and they're sick, you'll help them. One thing I've learned as well, family is a blessing. When you're sick, you realize it. Like, all the little fights and arguments and stuff you have when you're sick, like, that's it. Your family is taking care of you. Like, blessed friends, and it's tough for them because your friends aren't next to you or living next to you. I mean, your flatmates are busy doing things, but family will be there. Your grandma, your mum, your aunt, just go that extra mile. Culturally, my grandma would be like giving me head rubs, all the TLC, like things your friends won't sit there and do, and like she'll be making prayers, like blowing them on me, and regardless of their work or not, it just feels good to have that TLC. Honestly, my nan thinks she's got curing powers. Like, if I heal the next day, she'll be like, look, see, I told you. Or even if it's 2 weeks after, she'll be like, I told you, it's because I did this, and this. I think also come to the acceptance that you have like a few days out. I think a lot of people feel sick, they're like, I want to really rush back to get into XYZ. Don't worry about it. Like, your health comes before everything, and just focus on yourself at the time. Be a little bit selfish. I've said this before, but taking hot baths to sweat out. I think, another tip is medication is your friend. I'm the kind of person that hates taking medication, hates being in hospitals, hates going to doctors, but dude, take it. It's going to help you. It's a drug. It doesn't matter. You only have a cold or flu, 3 times a year? Taking medication 3 times a year is not going to make you an addict. So if you've got a cold, take all the Lemsips, all the cough medicines, whatever you need to do. If you've got the flu, man, take ibuprofen. You need to regulate your body temperature. If you've got COVID, like they said, avoid ibuprofen, but hit that paracetamol. You don't want those headaches killing you, making the day worse. Other thing is have supplements. You should be ready before even getting sick. Have supplements, but during your illness, vitamin C and D, make sure you take them. So you can have XYZ oranges, but dude, also have the tablets. You're not going to get your it's going to be tough to get your RDA, so your recommended daily allowances, especially when you have no appetite. Another one that you're going to find funny, but brush your fucking teeth. Look, I'll be honest, when you're sick and you're unwell, you feel lazy, you don't want to do anything, and honestly, I just want to sleep. I don't even want to get up. But your sinuses and your blocked nose and whatnot, they're all linked to your gums, and there's many a times where I've had all those blocked and then got swollen and sore gums. You can Google it. It's connected in some way, and it makes your flu so much worse. So you have a flu, you then have a blocked nose and whatnot, and then it starts affecting your gum, and you start getting gum bleeds. Anything you eat starts hurting, and you don't really want that. I always get this where on the top of my gum I'll get like a sore spot, so when I bite into something I can't even bite into it just because it hurts. So make sure you're rigorously brushing your teeth, making sure your gums are healthy, just because they get more vulnerable during this time. And then like general tricks I've used, and I think it's quite useful, homemade remedies, some I guess. At times I feel that parts of my body are cold and the rest of it's hot and sweaty, so I always felt like my shoulders are cold. It doesn't make sense to run a hot bath because the rest of my body's sweating. I'll use a hot hair dryer. It works amazingly. Hair dry my back, the covers and the duvets, and it keeps that area warm, and it's great. I just have it on the plug next to me when I feel cold, just hit it. Other things, Vicks and hot water. So if you got a stuffy nose, get a bowl, kettle water, put a lump of Vicks into it, rub it all up, and all the vape, you want to put your head over with a towel over your head, all the vapors will go in up through your nose, hopefully clear some of that mucus in the nose. That always helps. Having a small towel or handkerchief next to you, just because you're going to be snotting out like crazy, and then having a bin next to you as well, with like tissue next to you as well, because it's just going to get messy. Like, you know how it is, let's be honest. It's not a pretty sight. Alright, finally done everything you could do, and it's finally over. It's coming, you're recovering and getting better, like I am right now in this stage. So I'm not fully recovered, but I'm on the path to good recovery. First thing is ease back in. Like, a lot of people want to quickly feel, oh, I'm good, they want to jump straight back in. You don't want to do that. That would just prolong everything. One thing is just show appreciation and gratitude. I think a lot of us forget that when we're sick. We're like, oh God, or oh man, I wish I had good health. After it's done over, we're just like, okay, bye. I think once we're healthy, we're just like, okay, I'm grateful for all of this good health, grateful that I can run and like relax, and I don't have headaches on a daily basis and stuff like that. And just be grateful. For those who are gym fanatics or like fitness fanatics, ease back in with exercise. If it's you're a runner, honestly, the first thing you should do is just go for a quick walk, because I know you just can't wait to get back into the gym or into the whatever sports you're into to start training, but it's going to be taxing on the body. And your body's just come back from a very fragile state. Ease into it very slowly, because the last thing you want to do, and it's happened to me before, is I've actually injured myself. And that's another fucking bummer, because you're out, so you've just had 2 weeks of a flu and you've been messed up and you can't even train. You then decide, okay, I can't wait to get back. I want to get started. And you go a bit too much on the first day, and you get injured and you're out for 4 months. Not great. Another thing is, when you get better, groom yourself up, man. Look at my beard, it's messed up. My hair, I just don't even care about. But when you're healthy and you're ready, tidy yourself up, make yourself look fresh, because you're going to be out and about. And change up all the bed sheets, change up all the clothes, everything's fresh, everything's new, it's time for you to start again. And the other thing is, when you get better, make sure you're prepared for next time. So sometimes there's certain things you wish when you had the flu you didn't do. Make sure you're ready for next time. And also pass on the advice and help family when they drop too. Once you recovered, the bullshit you went through, and you kind of wish someone was there, or you're grateful that XYZ was there. When someone else is sick, make sure you're there for them. These aren't all scientifically tested, but honestly they work for me. Some of them, you can actually, one of them I thought to mention was drinking hot tea, ginger, lemon with honey. Whether they work or not, but the fact that you're getting one liquids into you, and it's ginger and honey and lemon, which are all nutritious for you and good for your body, fuck it, just drink it. What I found is, following all of this stuff, I've had a shorter period of being sick. It's less severe, because when I compared me having COVID compared to my aunt, she was out. Me, I was actually still okay, functioning. You tend to have it less frequently if you're generally quite fit and healthy. And also in general, this all gives you a strategy, which then gives you I hope that you will get better and kind of puts your mind at ease. So yeah, that's it really. So following this stuff does all of those things for me. And to be honest, you know what? It's good we actually get sick, because it's kind of like a small little reminder that, you know, fuck all the money you make and your prestige and your, like, you know, what you're up to and stuff, just because once your health is gone, you can't even do much. And I think there's like this quote where it goes like this: we sacrifice our health when we're young just to make loads of money, and then once we grow older we start sacrificing all our money just to get back our health. But I think generally health is quite invaluable, and small things you can do now would create a lot of value. So yeah man, hope you like the video. I know it's a lot of information to take in, but hopefully it's useful. You can definitely find this useful when you're sick, so sitting there watching it, yeah man, thank me later. If you like what I just spoke about, if you think, you know, there's some tips that you have that I could learn from, comment in my and then the section below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you've tried any of these or looking forward to trying any of these, and let me know how you get on.